Hey guys, for today's vlog, I was working on my Blackstone Fortress miniatures, as you can see in the background here. Specifically, I was going to retouch my Eldar Ranger because I got in a little bit of the green contrast paint in places on her armor that I want to be white. And I was thinking about it and I was like, well, you know, if I'm gonna have her armor be white anyways, I might as well repaint it all in ceramite white, which is a base color that I have as a Citadel pot, which I have right here. But when I opened this, it had a sort of cottage cheesy look. And that's not really great because that means the paint is starting to dry out and get sort of chunky, but it's not unsalvageable. So what I did was I have these mixing balls, which I got from Army Painter. They're just these tiny little metal balls that you can put into the paint to basically help, shake it better. So you can kind of hear, we've got one in there now. But also on top of that, what I did is I added Lamian medium to the mix as well to help thin the paint back out already and add some moisture back into it so that it could be more fluid and everything, obviously. And Lamian medium is just Citadel's, the medium that they put into their shade material from my understanding. So it just basically, makes it a little bit thinner and everything. You can do the same thing with just an acrylic medium. You could even just do the same thing and put water into the pot, and that will also put moisture back into the paint and everything. I just find that the mediums tend to work better because that's sort of their whole jam. That's what they're designed for. So if you can get your hands on that, you can do that. Otherwise, just put some water in there, get a little mixing ball. They're pretty inexpensive. I think you can get like a pack of 50 at minimum for, it might even be more than that. I can't remember what the pack sizes come in. Mine doesn't have its packaging anymore. And I forgot to look it up before I filmed this vlog because I just thought it was a cool idea to talk about. But I think if they come in a fair amount of at least 50 to 100, and they're about $6.99 or so. So you can get a bunch of them for a lot. And I've only had one pack and I've used it in all of my paint pots. And as the contrast paint runs out and everything, I actually just take the paintballs back out and wash them and reuse them. So you can actually recycle them and keep using them as long as you don't throw them away or they don't get too crusted with dry paint for whatever reason. But that was what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna get back to painting my Ranger now so that I can make some more progress on her, and we'll see her probably in an update later on this week. You stole my heart, I tore out your organs. I get this feeling when I look into your eyes, and I pop it at the socket at the drop and it flies with the trauma beneath that I know you got us off the side. So I decided to take a little bit of a break from painting and building to do some tidying, and I was organizing our transfer sheets to put into this container here. As you can see, I have organized it. So all the small sheets will go in here. But these larger sheets, like these Dark Eldar, Necron, this larger sheet from Dark Imperium, the Chaos Space Marines, and this larger Imperial Knight sheet obviously won't be able to go into that container there. So I'll have to find somewhere else to put them. But these smaller sheets, like this Ancient Blood Angels Assault transfer sheets, we've got some Gorka, what are they? Gorka Morka 2, Battle for Macragge, and then of course, tons and tons of Orc and Space Marine vehicle and Space Marine. So many Space Marine. But those will go into that container there. So that's what I'm doing right now. And while I was looking for all of these sheets in the various boxes that we have around, oh, this is, by the way, just the transfer sheets of the stuff that we have opened. We definitely have some unopened vehicles and other sets that I'm pretty sure have transfer sheets in them as well. So that collection will continue to grow. But in the meantime, I also organized all of our tokens that we got from some of our starter sets. But the main thing I wanted to talk about as well was, you may have seen on my Instagram and John's Instagram, we use these two boxes a lot, which just came in. This is something that comes in any of the Warcry sets. This one I think came in the Age of Sigmar starter set that I don't remember the name of. But I remembered we also had these ones, which came in the Space Marine and or the 40k starter sets. So this one was from First Strike, and then this one is from No Fear. So if you have these sets and you don't really want to use these as actual, terrain, which is what they are, they're paper terrain that they give you to get started, if you don't want to use it for that, they make great backdrops or floors for your miniatures to sit on when you're taking photos of them. So you can always keep them for that. And the same thing goes for these mats that they give you in some of the other sets. So I think this one on the bottom here is from Kill Team. So that one is from Kill Team. And then I can't remember specifically where these other two smaller ones are from. My suspicion is either one of the smaller Kill Team sets that we might have gotten, or possibly, we haven't really bought any Necromuta, so it must be from Kill Team or something like that. But we also have those, and you can use those as backdrops as well. So that's just something to keep in mind whenever you're organizing and throwing out all of your old kit stuff, is maybe sometimes those ones can be used for other things. But in the meantime, I'm going to get back to actually putting all of these into the box. What's this? We're back and we're looking at the Imperial Knight transfer sheets again. The reason is because these small boys don't actually fit in this container, unfortunately. As you can see, they are very slightly, very slightly just too big. So I'm going to trim them and get them to fit in there, which honestly I might trim at least the big Imperial Knights sheet down and put it in there as well. Thankfully, actually, the Necrons were perforated. The big sheets were actually 2 sheets perforated together, and so I didn't want to risk tearing them, but I just went ahead and folded them half, and now they all also fit in this. So that's one less one to have to put in. These are the only ones that I either need to trim or find somewhere else for. So that's the deal with that, but now they're all in these boxes, ready to be stored and pulled out if I ever decide to learn how to properly do this, because I've never actually tried before. Bye!